There's a Yalkut Shemoni at the end of Parshas Pinchas that seems to be teaching us some sort of a method, a mathematical trick. However, I think that we can really understand this medrash to be an exciting pshat in the psukim and the Karbanos of Sukkos. We know that that all the days of Sukkos they brought the Porei Achag. There was the cows that were brought in the Beis Hamikdash. Starting with the first day was 13 cows. The next day was 12 cows. The next day was 11 cows. In succession down, starting with 13, 12, 10, and the last day was 7. The Yalkut Shemoni, first the Yalkut Shemoni at the end, it says, V'kraftem oili isha Amora Pinchas b'chama shiva parim. Shiva parim hayu, 70 cows. Shal Yisrael makrivim b'chag keneged shivim umois sheyeshu b'shalva. That the 70 cows that were brought on Sukkos, so Rashi brings it down in Chumash also, they're connected the 70 umois for the umas ha'olam, for the goyim, and it was brought that they should live in peace one another. That's some midrashim say that they should be zoicha to have rain. It was brought for their schus, that they should have that they should be able to that they should live better. And Chazal tell us that if had the goyim known how much they stand to gain from the Beis Hamikdash during Sukkos, they would never destroy the Beis Hamikdash. But that's the first. That's what the Yalkut says, and then the Yalkut says like this: V'chein, and v'chein hayir Bרכיה mechashbon, and this is how Bרכיה would count them up. How did he get to the 70? This is how he would count them. B'yayim harishin shleisha asar, the first day is 13, ubashvi, and the 7th day shiva. So if you count, the first day is 13 plus the last day is 7. 13 plus 7, harei esrin. So the first, and if you put together the first and the last, you have 20, which 20 would be 10 for each day, and that's 20. B'yayim hasheni, on the second day, Shnei Maser is 12. Ubashishi, and the second to last day is Shmoina, is 8. Harei esrin. So again you have 20. B'yem hashlishi, on the third day, Echad Asar is 11. Ubachamishi, on the 5th day, meaning the third to last day, is Tisha, is 9. So 11 and 9 is also 20. Harei esrin. And then B'yem Revi Asara Harei Shevim. So Bרכיה, you know how we got to the number 70? I'll tell you how we got to the number 70. He added the first and the last, the second and the second to last, the third and the third to last, and the middle one is 10. What's Bרכיה coming to teach us? What's he coming to teach us? This is how, what's the Medrash coming to tell us? This is how Bרכיה got to the number 70. I mean, it's 70. Count them up, it's 70. So the Zeis Ra'nan on the bottom says that Bרכיה is not coming to teach us anything for Parshas Pinchas. He's not teaching us anything for Sukkos. He's just teaching us a mathematical trick. In other places, whenever you have a consecutive number starting with 1 and going up, 1, 2, 3, 4, or every odd number or whatever it is, if there's a consecutive list of numbers, Shem Tirtza Leida Aleph Beis Gimel Daled, if you wanted to know the numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, Ad Yud, you could do the same thing. Add the first and the last. Takshav Yud Va'Aleph, you add the first and the last. He's going with the case of 1 to 10. Add the first and the last is 11. Harei Yud Aleph. Imkein Chamisha Pamim. So, and if you have the first and the last make 11, and then the second to last also make 11. So the second is 2 and the second to last is 9, also makes 11. And you have 5 sets like that. Harei Chamishim. Then you have 55, and it always goes that way. That is what the Zeis Ra'nan says. That's what Bרכיה came to teach us over here. He came to teach us a mathematical trick. Now, this mathematical trick is a well-known trick. It's actually known as the Gauss Trick. There was a mathematician in the early 19th century. His name was Carl Friedrich Gauss. He was a German mathematician, one of the brightest. And legend has it that when he was a child, when he was 8 or 9 years old, his teacher wanted to keep the class busy. So he told them to add up all the numbers between 1 and 100. And the teacher thought he'll have the kids busy for a long time, counting up all those numbers. But he was this brilliant mathematician, and in a number of seconds he came up. He says it's 5,050. Where did he get that number from? So he figured out this. He was a mathematician, and he was able to. He had obviously a mathematician's brain, and he was able to. He figured out this method that if you add the first and the last, and then you figure out how many sets there are. If you add the first and the last is 1 and 100 is 101, and you know that there's 50 sets of 100 of 51, you got 50,050, 5,050. Yeah, the equation, the formula is known as n times n plus 1 divided by 2. That's the Gauss trick. That's known as the Gauss trick. So it turns out it's not the Gauss trick, it's Berachia's trick. Berakia over here in the Yalkut Shemoni is teaching us this mathematical trick. However, it doesn't seem like Berakia is coming to teach us a trick. It doesn't seem like the Medrash is coming to teach us a trick. The Medrash says this is how Berakia counted them. And also, what's the v'chein? V'chein ha'yer Berakia machashvan. And also, like there's some sort of a connection to what we said before, that there's 70 keneged umos. So what is the pshat? I was thinking like this. Rashi brings down two different reasons why in fact the Parei Chag, the cows that were brought on Sukkos start at 13 and they go down. Why does it go 13, 12, 11, 10? Why isn't it the same number always? So Rashi says two different pshatim. I don't know why Rashi needed both pshatim, but Rashi says two pshatim. One Rashi is Rashi in Pasuk Yud Aleph. Rashi says, Parei Chag Shivim Heim, Keneged Shivim Umos. The Parei Chag are 70, Keneged the 70 Umos. Umismatim v'holchim simen kliyahu lehem. So for some reason, even though we're bringing these parim that they should have sustenance, they should have rain, that they should live bishalva, but really we're also signifying that simen kliyahu lehem, that they will be abolished slowly. So that's the siman clear, that it gets less and less and less and less. It starts with 13, 12, 11, 10. That's one pshat. The other pshat Rashi brings down later on in Pasuk Lamed Vav. Rashi brings down a Tanchuma that lim the Torah derech eretz, that the Torah is teaching us the derech eretz. The Torah is teaching us an etiquette that when you have a guest, the first day you go all out, and as the guest stays on and overstays his welcome, he gets less and less and less. The menu gets less and less exquisite and less fancy. That's the two pshatim that Rashi brings. So Rashi is explaining to us that besides that we were supposed to bring these paras, we were supposed to bring these cows, but there's a reason to make it less and less and less. Let's say that reason didn't exist. How many paras, how many cows would we bring each day? Would it be 13? It can't be. It can't be we would bring 13 every single day. If we bring 13 every single day, we would have much more than 70 umais, much more than 70 cows. So it can't be that we would bring 13 every day. So how many would we bring in the 7 days of Sukkos? We wouldn't bring paras all the days of Sukkos, only half the days? Mistaber is, and this is what I think Rabbi Bרכיה is teaching us, that in truth there's 7 days, and we're supposed to bring 10 cows each day. And that's why in the middle day we bring 10. However, since the Torah wanted, the Eibishter wanted, that we should be mismatos v'holchos, we should have less, we should go down, and it should be down, either because of the Siman Kliya, either because we want to show that the Goyim are going to be less and less, or because of this etiquette, that we go, that one serves to his guest less every single day. Whatever the reason is, for some reason, we want to be mismatos. So what do? We borrowed from the later days. The first day, instead of doing 10 every single day, the first day we bring 13. In other words, we're borrowing 3 from the last day. The second day we bring 12. We're borrowing 2 from the second to last day. And the third day we're bringing 11 because we're essentially taking 1 from the third to last day. That's what Rabbi Bרכיה is saying. This is how Rabbi Bרכיה would count them. That's the 20 that was supposed to be brought on the first and the last day. On the second day, that's the 20 that was supposed to bring on those 2 days. And then so, although this method, this Gauss trick, should be called Rabbi Bרכya's trick, because he's definitely teaching it to us. But it would seem that that's not what Rabbi Bרכya is coming to teach us. He's not coming to teach us a mathematical trick. He's coming to give us an understanding in how the Parei HaChag work. That we were supposed to really have 10 every single day. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us to bring extra on the first couple of days and take away from the last couple of days. This way we'll have that incline of going down of less every single day.